Now I will be talking in this video about the worldwide treatment of Slavic people. My grandparents came from Poland, and they worked very hard. They worked in similar jobs as any Hispanic or Arab would in any other country that came from a poor area. And since we're white, when we come to America, we're expected to have this white guilt shit. And it's like, Polish people never had slaves. We were enslaved ourselves, and it's like we're supposed to have this white guilt shit, and it's like, if we're treated like shit by black people and expected to be owed them shit, then it's kind of like we're supposed to have this white guilt thing, like, oh, our people did bad things, when our people just suffered left and right. Like, I'm not supposed to have white guilt. Why should I have white guilt? No Slavic person should have white guilt, because we didn't do anything that the colonization did. Now, I would say that the treatment of Slavic people in America is quite horrific. Granted that the first Jamestown settlement had a Polish person in it. We've had General Pulaski came over from Poland to fight for America, and it's like we're still treated like the worst class of people in America. I mean, I saw something that really pissed me off. Over where I live, we probably have about 100,000 illegal Mexican immigrants within about 10 miles of here, and there's probably not even 100,000 Slavics that are legal here, and there's probably about maybe 10,000. And I saw the illegal driver's license taking in paper, and they were all Slavic names, not one Spanish name. There was no Garcia, no Lopez. It was all Albanian, Polish, Russian, Ukrainian. And that really pissed me off. It's like, they could come here and do that kind of shit and come in such waves. Granted, there's some Slavic illegals, but nothing like Hispanic. And they have the nerve to just take away a driver's license, about 50 people from only Slavic people. And that really pissed me off. Like, what the fuck's up with that? And then, not to mention, in New York City, as the same goes, there's probably like 500, illegal Hispanics, or even every one legal Slavic, for fuck's sake, and they have the nerve to basically take out and put them on the news Russian organizations that made Russian illegal immigrants legalized, and yet they still have not had on the news any Hispanic illegal chains of organizations that made Hispanics legal. It's like, because we're white as Slavics, it's like it's okay to do shit to us. It's like, oh, they're white, so it's not racist if we do this kind of shit. And it's bullshit. Just like, what the fuck are Hispanics? They're part white. And what's up with this shit? I mean, Russia's border than Mexico, and yet if Mexicans come to America, they get affirmative action and get forced to be hired to jobs in certain amounts. They get forced to be accepted for education, and Russians come here poorer than these Hispanics, and that we don't get shit because we're white. So we don't get affirmative action, and then we're expected to have this white guilt crap. Like, oh, I'm supposed to have white guilt because a couple hundred years ago my ancestors were enslaved by Vikings and Turks and all these crazy people. Like, I'm supposed to have white guilt? If you think I'm supposed to have white guilt, here's a big fuck you for you. Because I'm not going to have any white guilt, because I shouldn't have any fucking white guilt. And no one that's of Slavic descent should have any fucking white guilt. We haven't done anything. And the nerve, after all the colonization, the English and Spanish and French and all the fucking raping of indigenous people, if Russians do one damn thing wrong, it's like, oh, they're the worst people on earth. But we, the British, don't do anything wrong. And it's like, what the fuck? Fuck you. We saved your ass from Napoleon, the fucking Russians did. And then the Russians went in and to France and were heroed, and then within 100 years later, the Russians got in a war with the Ottoman Turks and decided to invade the Ottoman Turks. And then the English or French, who were saved by the Russians from Napoleon, had the balls to fucking tell the Russians they couldn't fucking invade the Ottoman Turkey Empire. At least the fucking Russians are Christians, and the Turks for fucking 1,000 years of fucking invading Eastern Europe. And the fucking French and English have the fucking nerve to tell Russia they can't invade the fucking Ottoman Empire after all the fucking genocides the Ottomans did, from the Armenians to the fucking Balkans. to Hungary and all these areas, and they have the fucking nerve to tell Russia they can't fucking invade Ottoman. And then it's like, oh, like the English are like, oh, we can't do anything wrong. But if the Russians do something wrong, it's like it's fucked up. And what? Granted, I'm not going to admit that there's been some horrible things that, as any country's done, that some Eastern European countries did. But it's really nothing compared to what you count with the Western European countries have done. And the treatment's ridiculous, like in England. It's like, what did they do in England? It's like the Turks are coming in, Pakistanis are coming to your fucking country in England, and there's kids being fucking, like 8-year-old kids being burned for having wearing the English flag on their shirts in England. And then what do? Your people do. You say, oh, we blame the Polish and Albanians for coming to England. Like, what the fuck? Like, you have all these fucking Arabs going around fucking burning kids alive for no reason, and you have the nerve to blame the Polish people? And you have these people in England say, oh, the Polish are horrible, they're racist. And it's like these people have just come here from these Pakistani countries, and they haven't even been in England long enough to even know what to do anything for racism. So what the fuck is that bullshit? And why is it that even if the Turks and the Pakistanis are the ones doing most of the fucking hate murders and all this bullshit, and then it's like, oh, the Polish are to blame for this shit because we're white. It's like, it's racist and wrong to blame a Turk or a fucking Arab or a fucking Pakistani, but if they're fucking Polish and white, then it's fucking okay, and that's not fucking okay, and it's fucking bullshit, and it's just all been fucking bullshit. Like, what about the fucking World War II? All we ever fucking talk about is the Jewish genocide. And what about the fucking 500,000 Serbs that got fucking killed in the fucking Balkans by the puppet government that the Germans gave to the Croatians? No one ever talks about that shit. There were more fucking Slavs killed than any fucking Jews were. But all we fucking talk about is the poor Jews. Like, what the fuck's up with that shit? And I don't even buy it. I think the whole fucking Jewish genocide is bullshit. I think it was a genocide against Slavic people because we're fucking too tough and no one can fucking take that shit. They know we're fucking better than them, but they can't fucking take that shit. Hitler's whole plan was to get rid of the Slavic areas because it was good farmland and that he could give it up for German people. And I think what Hitler honestly did is he fucking went into the Eastern Bloc countries, and since quite a few Slavs have mixed Jewish blood in them to begin with, he just called anyone a Slavic a Jew, and I think that's what really happened during much of the genocide. And I think he went into fucking Romania and took Romanians who could not even defend themselves because they could not speak the language, and just fucking brought them to concentration camps and fucking killed them and pretend they were fucking Jews. I mean, there are pictures, I mean, of the genocides, and they stated Romanians or Polish, and they didn't say fucking Jews, because they probably were not Jews, and since they didn't speak the German language, they couldn't even fucking defend themselves against being fucking called Jews. And what the fuck do Slavic people have to do to get respected? We've been through poverty and war and shit. And granted, we might not be as wealthy as the Western Europe, because we've had about 10 times more wars since the beginning of times, from the Huns and Mongols, the Vikings and Turks. Not to mention, we were separated from the Industrial Revolution, isolated from it. And what do we have to do? We have Tolstoy, the best writer in the world. We had some of the best scientists like Copernicus and Tesla from Croatia. And we've had the best people in the last century. We're all from the Eastern European countries. Mother Teresa is the most respected person of all time, from Macedonia. Pope John Paul was the best of all popes, the most respected. He was from Poland. What the hell do we have to do? We have the best boxers, the best fighters, and we have a lot of the best scientists and everything. And it's like, what the fuck? Because we've been shit on and been through war, yes, we are poor people, but we've done a lot of fucking good, and if we did not have all these fucking wars in the Eastern Bloc, we'd be fucking twice as advanced as the fucking Western Europeans. Because it's fucking bullshit. Because we were kept back by a lot of crap. If we weren't, we'd probably be twice as strong as Western Europe is. Because we're fucking that much better. We're fucking